Hello, everyone. My name is Todd Bavona with Gotham Trinity Productions, a video media production company located on Staten Island, serving the tri-state area and, hey, beyond. Tekie Geek, one of our clients. Really happy to be working with President Geek Mike Bloomfield and his entire team. Hey, listen, we have all the love in the world for Mike and his team. However, don't take our word for it. I think this testimonial will help for you to decide and for you to hear the great work that they do. Joining us today is Scott Avery. He is the COO of Apple Industries Incorporated. Scott, how are you?
Hey, Todd, doing well. How are you?
Doing just fine, thanks. Hey, real quick, let's get a little synopsis, a little summary of what Apple Industries Incorporated is all about.
Sure. Apple Industries is the leading manufacturer of photo booths in the world. We sell our products globally, and you've probably seen our machines in places like Regal Cinemas, Dave & Buster's, bars, restaurants, tourist locations, all throughout the world. And we've been using Tekie Geek now for a few years, and known President Geek Mike Bloomfield for a long time.
So with your business, obviously a lot of computers involved in that, a lot of IT background is important to that. Good infrastructure is important to that. So prior to having Mike Bloomfield and Tekie Geek on your squad, what were your biggest IT headaches, and have they helped cure those headaches there, Scott?
You know, I think when you look for an outside provider or outside vendor of any kind, the most important aspect of any relationship is trust. And I think my biggest concern going into a relationship with an IT provider was, are we able to trust them? Obviously, they're going to know things about us that we may not know. And me as the COO, I'm not an IT professional by any means. So you really have to trust that provider, and knowing Mike for a number of years, and knowing his just the way he conducts business was really key in making that decision. And I have to tell you, several years down the road, today, he's definitely fulfilled everything, all of our expectations, and all the services he's provided.
So let's go back to, why did you select Tekie Geek, and how has your experience been with them?
Nothing but positive things to say about the relationship. The team is great. If I have to go back to why we selected them, I think the bundle of services and what they offered was right within our wheelhouse. Growing business. The team is always there for us, to whether it's setting up new employees or transitioning us to a remote workforce. I think what we've gone through in the past several months, being a New York-based company, moving to a remote environment for all of our employees, we pretty much just went on without skipping a beat, and that's thanks to Mike and the team.
And based on your experiences, it sounds pretty like a positive experience overall. Would you recommend Tekie Geek to others, and why?
Absolutely. I think, like I said before, probably the most important aspect of an IT relationship would be trust. But having had other experiences with third-party vendors, something that I found really positive about Tekie Geek is consistency. From day one, a lot of providers start out being really good, and then as time goes on, you start to poke holes in what they presented to you and the job that they're doing. And that has not been the case at all with Tekie Geek. In fact, I think, today and over the last couple of months, they've been working harder for us than ever.
You brought up the COVID-19 pandemic and dealing with the IT aspect of what you do, which again is so important because of the service that you provide various businesses and people in general for their events. Are you able to sleep easily at night knowing that Tekie Geek and his team have your back and protect you and protecting your infrastructure from possible disaster, from hackers and whatnot? How do you feel about having Tekie Geek in your corner and protecting you?
Todd, that's an interesting point. You had asked before about, how we did before having Tekie Geek on staff, and we did have an experience with something that would keep you up at night. And we went through that, and that was one of the things that we talked about with Mike before we onboarded Tekie Geek and make sure we took steps to mitigate any type of risk, because we cannot afford any downtime with our systems, because not only do they tie into how things run from a business perspective, but it also lends itself to the operation of our machine. We need the systems that Tekie Geek monitors to keep our infrastructure going in the field and for our revenue generating operations as well. So I can rest easy knowing the Tekie Geek team is behind us.
Excellent. Well, great review of Tekie Geek, of course. Very helpful to you, especially during a tough time, which is very important. Scott Avery, COO of Apple Industries Incorporated. Thanks for the time.
Hey, thanks, Todd. Appreciate it.
All right. So once again, that was Scott Avery, Apple Industries Incorporated. Hey, thank you so much for the time, for tuning into this testimonial about Tekie Geek. Gotham Trinity Productions, great friends at Tekie Geek, President Geek, Mike Bloomfield. Shout out to everyone on his team. My name is Todd Bavona, again from GTP, a big fan of Tekie Geek, and we are also a very happy client.